Welcome to my bathtub. I'm a little bit sunburned because I spent a lot of time outside yesterday. It's gorgeous. It is beautiful today too. I'm gonna be going on a walk later on. Okay, let's do this Q&A. I'm very excited. I got some really good questions. Thank you everybody that submitted questions via my Instagram, my Discord, and Facebook. Okay, the first question comes from one of my best friends. His name is Matt. His Instagram is trash_can_emoji. That doesn't tell you all you need to know about him. Which parts of your weight loss journey will be the easiest and the hardest to maintain? I would say the easiest to maintain would be the exercise, actually, which I never thought I would say that, literally, but it is so therapeutic to just get home after a stressful day, eat a dinner, and then just go to town on some dumbbells. I think the easiest part to maintain would be the routine of getting home, eating dinner, exercising, and then eating meals at, certain times throughout the day. I think that's just gonna be easy. Please focus. Thank you. Long story short, routine is easiest. The hardest part to maintain, I think, is gonna be meal prepping. Sometimes you don't want to do it. I just want to go home, eat dinner, exercise, go to bed. I don't want to cook tomorrow's lunch or tomorrow's breakfast, or like prep the breakfast, which is what I do for work days. So that's definitely going to be the hardest, I would say. Good question. Thank you, Matt. The next two questions comes from my wonderful cousin, Adam. He says, what is the most challenging time of day to stay consistent and on track? Nighttime, midday, or mornings? Amazing question. Short answer, midday. You've had a long day already. Literally, my work is so stressful. So, breakfast is fine. Breakfast, I'm not really that hungry. I do love breakfast. That's my favorite meal, by the way. But that, it's easy to portion control when you also wake up and the first thing you do is drink 2 glasses of water. But morning is easiest, I think, for me. Fast forward to nighttime. Nighttime, I'm too tired. I don't want to eat anything heavy, or it's going to make me feel bad at night. Story time. Before my diet, and before chiropractic therapy, and before I realized that cutting out dairy was probably my number one thing that I should have done already, I would get the most horrible back pains. And it was caused by gas, it was caused by my posture, it was caused by a bunch of things like accumulating. But it's definitely my digestive system. The pain in my stomach was so intense that it migrated to my back. It was so bad, it would keep me up all night. I wouldn't go to bed until 4 o'clock in the morning because from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, I was having terrible pains in my back. It was the worst. So when I started this diet and I cut out all dairy, I cut out most garlicky things, because apparently garlic activates it for me, and I cut out overtly fatty things and fried foods. It just stopped immediately. And I had been going also to chiropractic therapy, so that helped so much. I felt so much better, feel so much better. Nighttime is the second easiest to stay consistent and on track. I just have these horrific flashbacks to when I couldn't sleep because of what I ate for dinner, Like I would go out and I would get Wendy's, and I would get I got a number 8 combo, the Asiago chicken sandwich. Delicious, but at what cost? Well, $7. But the price I had to pay physically was worse. So, nighttime is easy. Midday. So midday, picture this. I'm sitting at work, and it's been very stressful, and breakfast was small. It's lunchtime, and all you're thinking about is comfort food. And I'm very fortunate in my job, I can just leave and go to lunch. Is why, going back to my first question, why it is so important for me to meal prep. Because if I have a lunch, that's all I can eat. But if I don't have a lunch, I have the option to go out. That's dangerous when it's midday. I'm stressed out and I want comfort food, and my breakfast was small. And that's also prime snacking time. So I just have to get out of the habit of food being my comfort. And I think it's because I came from a family who full of good chefs, full of people who make amazing food. That was when we would all spend time together, is when we ate. And I'm the only one that gained weight. I'm the only one. I'm a little jealous of the rest of my family's genetic makeup, but you know, whatever. Because it was a time where we all gathered as a family. We did Sunday night dinner. When we all got home from school, my dad would make this awesome dinner. We would all sit down and have dinner, and it was really nice. And it never bothered me as a kid. In fact, in high school, I think I weighed 118, 120 throughout the entirety of my high school career. So it didn't really affect me in high school, but in college, when things got even more stressful, and all I did was miss my family, and all I did was want my dad's cooking. I would just go out and stuff my face, and that would be like the equivalent. But I think that's why midday, the stress rolls around from work, and all I want is food. I think that's where it stems from. I haven't been to see a therapist about food specifically. Maybe I should look into that. Anyway, great question. On to the second question you sent. What are your feelings towards cheat days? Do they have any value, or is it a sign of weakness? Is it better to plan them? Is it better to sprinkle cheat meals in rather than full cheat days? I touched on this in a video a little bit ago, but I didn't elaborate. First things first, I don't think cheat days are a sign of weakness. I think they're a sign of habit. Cheat days have a very appealing aesthetic. Personally, for my own diet, I do not have cheat days. I think if I had a cheat day specifically, my willpower is like this. It's like this. I personally do not think they have any value. Cheat days. Cheat meals, different story. I think cheat meals, because it is better to sprinkle in cheat meals rather than have full cheat days. And it's better to plan them, because that way you can plan what you have around the cheat meal. For me, if I plan to have a cheat meal on Friday, I'm gonna eat super light for the other two meals and probably cut out the snack. Cheat meals are psychological rewards. Like, I don't need them, because I think not having the horrific pains every night is reward enough. But I think they're a good reward system. Cheat meals, not cheat days. Yes. Is it better to plan them? Yes. Is it better to sprinkle cheat meals in rather than full cheat days? Yes. For me. I can't do cheat days. On my Discord, I also asked for any questions for this video, and I got one that I really think is an important question. They ask, I'll just call them LP. LP asks, how do you deal with being invited over to others for dinner or going out with friends, etc.? All right, let's dissect this question. Being invited over to others for dinner. If they are your friends, they will respect your diet. So if you tell them, hey, I'm on a diet, I can't have this or this or this, or I can only eat this, this, and this, should I bring my own food? I think if they're your friends, they're gonna say yes. If they get angry and say, but I cooked all this food, then don't hang out with them. Don't go over to their place. You've made a lot of progress. You should have friends that are supportive of it. With the exception of if you use that as your cheat meal. For the second part of that question, out with friends. It's funny, a lot of places have low calorie options nowadays. Depending on the restaurant, a lot of restaurants are putting calorie counts next to their food. So there are apps that tell the nutritional value of each menu option. And this is when your willpower has to come into play, because you're sitting there, you're attacked from all sides with delicious food. Because, I mean, you shouldn't have to sacrifice going out with your friends. And they shouldn't, I mean, I'm not saying to make them cater to you. That's not what I'm saying. They should be understanding. If you say no to going out because you just don't think your willpower is strong enough, surrounded by delicious Italian food or delicious Mexican food or delicious Asian food, there's so many delicious foods around the world that came from a deep place, then they should be understanding, I think. You don't have to sacrifice going out. There are apps that will tell you the nutritional value of a lot of different restaurants. If that's not the case, just use your best judgment. Plug in the ingredients, what you think the ingredients are, into like a calorie counter. This is a lot of work. A lot of people that go on diets have what I like to call sabotagers, scammers. And the scammers don't necessarily know that they're scamming. But they're the type of friends that are like, oh, go on, have a little bit of this. Oh, go on, this isn't gonna kill you. I do admit that I have friends that like coax me, but when I say no, they back off. You just gotta be strong. You just gotta not give in to that temptation to eat that food. If like, your friend is cooking like fried chicken, be strong. Bring your own food. Or just have like, if they make green beans on the side, just eat those. Make sure there's no butter in it if you're me. Some friends can be scammers. Liars. Deceivers. They don't necessarily know that they're being scammy. So, you just gotta use your best judgment. Now, this is literally a question I pulled off the internet because I forgot to ask my mom for a question. She would have definitely given me a question. I love my mom. But I pulled this question off the internet because it's a good question. It's a question that I've asked myself a lot. This is my question to myself. What do you do if you're still hungry after dinner? I'm about to spill the tea, if you will, which is great because we're in a bathtub and I don't want to clean that up. Let's say you just ate a very nice meal, a very healthy meal, and you work out after the meal, which is what I normally do. You get hungry, you get a little peckish, you have a fridge right there full of tasty things. There's stuff in there that I can eat and snack on. But I make it a point to end my eating at 6. What do? Well, here is how I battle that still hungry after dinner-itis, that horrific disease. I ask myself, am I hungry? Am I truly hungry? Or is this just a habit that I haven't gotten out of yet? Am I truly hungry? Or am I bored? So by that I mean, I just had dinner. Filling dinner, mind you. All my dinners are very filling. And I'm still like, I really want to snack. I really want some food. I don't actually need that food. I just had dinner. I go to bed in like 2 hours. I don't need it. This is just a habit that I've had since college. If you're gonna snack on anything else after you've had dinner, ask yourself, am I really hungry? Am I actually hungry? Does my body need this fuel? I don't know, it works for me. When I buy my ingredients for my meals, some ingredients, a little left over, you know? Maybe some carrots, some baby carrots, maybe some hummus, maybe some leftover pasta, you know? Because I'm an adult person and I still don't know how to properly measure pasta. Anyway, thank you so much for everyone who sent in a question. If I accidentally skipped over yours, I am so sorry. It's not even a lot of questions. I don't know why I would skip over that, but I am not very attentive. But thank you to everyone who sent in a question. So, yeah. Another plan of mine going forward is I do want to do an exercise with me thing. I think that would be fun. I do exercise with my cat sometimes. Very cute. It's the kiss cat method. Do a couple of free weights and then kiss your cat. Oh man, I am alone. My cat's really patient. I will say it's been kind of a rough week as far as finding like delicious foods go. I can put in a little clip of what happened with the gluten-free noodles. I just want everyone to know, yes, I'm wearing the same freaking hoodie again. Nobody say anything. Do not at me. Freaking gluten-free organic pasta. Don't believe the hype. It is not tasty. Nasty. It's a nasty pasta. It doesn't taste like regular pasta. It's not even like I haven't had gluten-free pasta before. I just was really craving some pasta. I've had a really bad day at work. It was very, very long. It was a lot of information to take in, and it was really stressful and very fast, and I have to do math now, which stinks. I hate math, but now I gotta do it. And I just wanted some pasta with some freaking marinara sauce, but I had to get vegan marinara, whatever the heck that is. It has been a day. You're a liar. You're a liar. This sucks. Disastrous experience. But yeah, no, I'm happy. I'm happy with this. It's gonna be a good time. And it all just keeps getting better. I'm good. And even though I didn't lose a lot of weight this week, body-wise, I can tell a difference. It is incredible. Okay, well, this is an update on my physical figure. And I am pretty happy with it, so I'm going to be showing that off. So, here's my back, which looks, I mean, I didn't show it in the first video, but it looks like 10 times better than it used to. I feel pretty good. I mean, I can't wait till this goes away. It's also really cold and the window is open, so oops. What the heck is in my hair? I feel good. I feel great. Let's keep this going. I wasn't able to wear this shirt at all. Look how much room I have in these sleeves. I wasn't able to wear this. Thank you for coming to my bathroom with me. But I will check you guys out. That's stupid. I will see you guys next week.